Okay, becoming a manager, number one. Okay, we want to make, I'm a gold, I have a gold rank, that's an upgrade pack. If you're silver or low, you just upgrade to gold. 4 silvers, 2 on your right, 2 on your left. Okay, that's manager. Get clearly defined in what you want. That's the foundation of the compensation plan. Now, I'm starting off. How do I start building my business? You need to set a goal on how many touches, how many contacts, how many introductions are you going to make on a daily basis? Is it 5? Is it 10? What's that number? What are you going to do on a daily basis to build your business? And as you set your goal, it was so funny. You got to have an income goal. You've got to know what you're going after. You know, you've got to know what you're building, because it's going to take time. It's going to take effort. You have to learn skills. What are you going after? So make sure that's important with your manager goal, you know, but making my contacts. And what's a contact? It's a touch. It's sending out a contact on, you've got your social platforms and then your contacts in your names, in your leads. So what's a touch? It's like, if I got Penny on the screen here with me, if I knew Penny and I didn't know her that well, but I haven't talked to Penny in years, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to reach out to Penny. What would I say? I would say, hi, Penny, long time no talk. How have you been? How are you surviving the pandemic? Question mark. Just check it in with you. I would say very non-threatening. I'm not selling Penny anything. I'm not trying to get her in the business. I'm just reaching out to Penny to see if she's going to respond back to me. And if I do know Penny, Penny's going to say, wow, well, I haven't heard, Jason, haven't heard from you forever. How are you doing? Or whatever. I'll have a few text messages. And then I will say, and I'll make a text like, hey, Penny, I've been introduced to a stem cell technology. The results are amazing. Would you be open to taking a look at it? That's it. Or if I know Penny's, if I'm smart enough to look at Penny's profile on Facebook and I see Penny with dogs in every one of her pictures, I'll say, Penny, I know you're a dog lover because I know that she is. Hey, would you be open to taking a look at a stem cell for pets? The results are amazing, question mark. And I'm asking permission. So this is how you start to build a business on an ongoing basis as you're doing this. You're asking permission, you're making contacts, you're sending out the appropriate link that what that person's interested in, and then you start your follow-up. Okay, so that's the number one activity. Start doing that. Start doing that. I'll give you a prime example of it happening, what just happened today. I was reaching out on LinkedIn because I've got all these people on LinkedIn. I don't know very many of them. It's like I have 5,000 friends on Facebook. Come on, I know maybe 10% of those people, honestly. So I reach out and they reach back or they don't reach back. And when I was reaching out on LinkedIn and one of the guys reached back and he recognized my name and he was from Nigeria, he was in graphic design and I found out that he was in business and, we connected and we got on the phone and he goes, hey, I'm from Nigeria. I was in your brother's company. And I go, wow, what part of the country are you living in? We're talking, and he's like, I'm living in Dallas, Texas. I go, Dallas. I go, I'm in Frisco. He goes, I'm 30 minutes away. And so we hooked up and now he just got involved in the business. And he's sitting there going, wow, this is what we're planning. I got him on the phone with Chris today on the phone in Ghana. Chris, I've just enrolled this guy down underneath you. We're going to do some big things in Ghana. But how did I get him? Back to my touches a day. The discipline, the daily disciplines of reaching out, making a contact, reaching out, making a contact, reaching out, making a contact. Yes, no, doesn't matter. Listen, I've got a guy I'm chasing, chasing prospecting for the longest time. And he's like, okay, let's talk tomorrow. Boom, I text him, you free? Oh, I'm busy, let's talk. I'll call you when I'm done. Never called me. So all of a sudden he's going down on my list of prospects low. Okay, so that's number one, basics. And then number two, get social. Get social. If you're not social, get social. Get on one of the platforms, if it's Facebook, if it's Gab or whatever, the new ones that are coming up, get social. and do social posts. Get active. If you're on Facebook, start posting. Take a motivational quote. You can go to, I go to Pinterest and I find a motivational quote and I just crop it and I put it out and I say something positive that relates to the quote and I put it out. I did that today. You do 5 of those or a family picture, or I'm taking my wife out to dinner or whatever. You're doing 5 social posts and then 1 business post. And the business post could be a testimonial. It could be some information. It could be, never use X39, never use the name Lifewave, and make sure if you haven't done your own social post that you have done it. You're like, hey, your own testimony with these patches. If you haven't done that, please do. There's a great recording that Bill James did and on training people of how to do that. Do that. Tell your story. It's a great way to get contacts. Boom, you're doing that. Or if it's a pet testimony, go to Stem Cells for Pets. Grab a pet testimony, put it up there. That's a great way to get people to respond back. So those are activities. Again, we're prospecting. We're filling the funnel. You don't need to find a lot of people to make a lot of money in this business. You got to find a few good people and then duplicate. Few good people and duplicate. And then the third component is follow up. You got to follow up. You got to reach out. You got to follow up. You've got to, go through it. If you're using the globally shared marketing system, it helps you with your follow up. But you just have to flat out follow up. The fortune's in the follow up. You have to be following up. You have to be moving through those people. Like this guy, we followed up, we talked, we got in, we got signed up. It's just it's the process. You're always reaching out, you're following up, you're tagging them. Testimonials team. There is a testimonial that we put up today that came out from our team in the Czech Republic. It's up on Stem Cells for Health. I have sent it out to a bunch of you. Please go read that testimony because it's powerful and it's going to raise your belief. And that's what we're going into the next topic. Beliefs, your belief system. How does it work? How do you establish a belief? How do you build your belief where you're so confident that you're in the right place and you're at the right time and you're building that? So that's important. So I would encourage you to go look at that because it's a powerful, powerful testimony with scientific evidence of this doctor, Dr. Maria, in the Czech Republic and what she's done. So please, Stem Cells for Health, go check that out. Here's what you want to do. I want to talk about belief structures real quick. Your belief structures are so important. There's a famous quote from Napoleon Hill: "Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Yeah, everybody has heard that. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Now, the conceiving part is easy, okay? The believing part, harder. You've got to have that belief that I can do it. I'm able to do it. I've set this goal. I'm going to make $10,000 a month. I'm going to believe that. You got to have that belief structure inside of you to do it. But where do your beliefs come from? Well, your beliefs come from your thoughts. Your thoughts. And where do your thoughts come from? Well, your thoughts come as you're growing up. Your thoughts come from the words spoken over you, from parents, from teachers, from family members, from big brothers. They're either putting you down or they're tearing you down or building you up. Those are what words do. And the average child hears no 180,000 times before they turn 18 years old. 180,000 no's. That's a lot of no's. It's a lot of, I'm not able to do that. I can't do that. I'm going to stop doing that. They start to build thought patterns. By the time you're 5 years of age, a child growing up, by the time they're 5 years of age, they have 50% of their programs in place. Programs are your thought patterns that you're going to run, how you're going to react to something. By the time they've got 100% of your programs in place, by the time you're 12 years old. By the time you're 12 years old, you've got 100% of your programs in place. Unless you make changes into those programs and how you change your program, how you think differently, how you start to overcome limiting beliefs and turn them into empowering beliefs. You have to believe that you can succeed in order to succeed. You have to set a believable goal of what you want to be able to do, what you want to be able to achieve. When I set goals for people, I have them always set them where it's believable. 1,000 a week, that's a good goal. Then when you get to 1,000 a week, you set it up, you make it a bigger goal. You have 2,000 a week, 10,000 a week, but you've got to get started, or a monthly goal, 1,000 a month, 5,000 a month. With our pay plan, I'm always thinking in weekly goals now. Everything's a weekly goal, but you've got to set those, and then you've got to create the strategies and the belief system. Here's a couple core beliefs. And I'm giving this talk more, for you as much as for me, from my standpoint. I'm building a business, I'm building an organization. I used to be a company owner, but now I'm building a team, and I'm building a global organization, and I have to, I've got to talk with these people and encourage them and transfer my belief into them. But I was talking to Jim Caldwell yesterday, and he was on the phone with one of my leaders as we are opening up Mexico, okay? A year. It has taken me a year of follow-up to get this guy in action. And I met him on LinkedIn, and it took me 1 year of follow-up to get this gentleman, this leader, engaged in Mexico to open up Mexico. Now, he's worth the effort. I happened to meet him on LinkedIn. The gentleman's been able to do, was a general manager of a former company in Mexico doing $1 million a month. And his plans are opening up all of, South America. But again, back to follow-up. But it was Jim talking about the company, and he was reinstating his belief, what's happening with the company, with the results, the success, the 20 million to 140 million in growth in 2 years. Those are belief statements where you start to believe, wow, I am in the right place. I do need to, the company is growing. I listen to Dr. Jeff on the calls, and I read the testimonies. The first person I showed that testimony this morning was to my wife. I said, look at this testimony. This is powerful. What did it do to me? It raised my belief in this product. And when I'm believing more in the technology, I'm able to transfer that belief into people. Like the prospect I just met with this morning, we had coffee. He drove up. We had coffee. I had my wife with me, and we met this gentleman. And I was like, tell me what you did in Nigeria. And he took his organization in this previous company from number 83 ranked in the world to number 7 ranked in the world, to doing millions of dollars a month. And so and then he's saying, he's asking me, what do you think this company is going to do? Do you really think they're going to open up Nigeria? Do you really think they're going to support the company or support the people? And I'm like, absolutely, because of my belief in the company. So belief is very important. Always be careful raising up your belief and be around. Like the NOVA conference, it's coming up on the 6th, okay? Are you registered? And if you're not, then you don't believe that much in the opportunity. I'll just tell you right now. If you are, then you're like, okay, then you're going to get inspired, and your belief level is going to rise up, because as I hear, they've got over 2,500 people registered, and a lot of people are doing like parties or viewing parties, they're calling them. And then the second part is David's going to be talking about new technology. This is what Jim was talking about yesterday with me. And I was like, wow, new technology on age reversal technology. That's a powerful, powerful statement. And I'm listening to Jim talk to my contact, my leader in Mexico, and he's talking to him about the technology and what David's going to be doing and how important it's going to be on this event. So that raised my belief and it raised mine. And I'm transferring my enthusiasm and my belief into you, because I sit here and, you sit there and you're writing down your goals and you're making your daily calls and you're getting the no's, you're getting the yeses. People aren't following up with you. They're not responding. Listen, I do that too. Okay. I had 2 calls yesterday. They didn't show up. I went to I didn't show. I go, where is that person? I'm going to yell at them. That's what I felt like doing. But I was sitting there waiting on Zoom, and they didn't show up. But that's okay. This guy today showed up, and he wants to make $10,000 a week. So the yeses outdo the no's, but it doesn't matter when I get the no's, because of my belief structure, my belief in the timing in the company. And I'm sitting here and I'll ask you, do you believe this company will become, this is just a personal question, a $1 billion brand in the next 5 years? Yes or no? Do you believe that the company has gone from 20 million to 140 million? And you're going to say, well, yes, I know, I believe it, because it's past. But the future is, will they go from 140 to 240 or 140 to 300 million? You believe that they will? I totally believe, from the past to the track record, that they're going to go to 250 to 300 million in 2021. I believe very much, from the infrastructure that I see, that they're going to go into become a $1 billion brand. So I'm asking you these questions because it's important that you answer them and you say, well, yes, I do believe that, not think it. It's a difference between, I think I'm going to become a success and I believe that I'm going to become a success. If you think that you're going to become a success, you're going to get a few no's and you're done. A few setbacks. Oh man, the guy said no. Oh, my guy canceled. Oh my God, I'm done. Boom. All the past failures come up, all those past programs where your brother's uncle used to say, oh, you're getting into one of those MLM deals. You really think you're going to make it? Oh my God, you've tried that before and you have failed. And what happens is, when you get that rejection, that thought pattern, that program runs through your mind, and then all of a sudden you decide you're going to quit, and then you quit, and then you're looking around. I'm going to find the next deal. There's not a better deal. There's not a better company. You're in the right place at the right time, and I just want you to believe that you are, because I'm watching it happen, and I know. You're like, well, it's taken me longer and it's a little harder than I thought. That's business. That's business. You've got an unbelievable technology, and you have to learn the skills that you get better, and you understand, and you learn how to ask for the sale. So the belief structure is important. And here's my last point before we wrap up. Whenever you set a goal, it's all based on your beliefs. What my goal is, what I believe I can do. Your income is based upon your belief system. It's like a thermostat in your house. You can set that thermostat, and your belief systems, when it hits that certain level, that's how much you'll make. And if you want to make more money, you've got to develop a belief that you can. So here's the key. When you set the goal, make sure that when you write down that goal to say, I want to make $500 a week, that's $2,000 a month. Okay? $2,000 a month. Do you believe that's possible? And if you say, well, yeah, I'm doing it over here with my career, and I believe that if I put in this many hours and I create a strategy, I can do that. See, that's in your conscious mind, okay? Your conscious mind. But it's important that, because you put it in your conscious mind, your subconscious mind goes to work, okay? But if you put the goal too big, like if you've never made $10,000 a month in a business, don't set a goal to make $10,000 a month. That could be a long-term goal, but set a short-term goal, $2,000 a month. Because $2,000 a month is believable, because if the goal is too big, what happens is the first few no's, the first few setbacks, the few disappointments, your subconscious mind kicks in and says, I told you so. I told you you couldn't do it. And that's when the fears, the limiting beliefs, all of those past programs come up, and then all of a sudden consciously you go, I was right. What was I thinking? I'm not good at this. I can't do sales. I don't know how to sell. I quit, because you set the goal too big. Set it where it's believable, and then create the strategies, and then become the person. I would sit down and go, God, I want to make my goal was $2,000 a month when I started. I had so many limiting beliefs. I was scared of the phone. I was scared of talking to people. I was scared of getting up in front of people, talking on stage. I had every limiting belief that you could imagine. And what I did is I wrote down every limiting belief that I had. And I took the time and I created an affirmation. And I turned that limiting belief into a positive. Said, I'm not able to speak on the phone. I'm great on the phone. I don't know what to say. I know what to say. I always know what to say and when to say it. I'm not good on stage. I'm an excellent public speaker. And I created an affirmation program. And for years, when I was young, I started to program my mind. I started to change from I don't know what to say to I know exactly what to say and when to say it. I'm not good at closing. I'm an excellent closer. I always help people make the right decision based upon them. I don't know how to meet anybody. I have the ability to achieve all of my dreams and goals. I attract people that help me achieve my dreams and goals. And these were programs that I would start to program myself. And all of a sudden, I went from a bellman who was $10,000 in debt, who couldn't get a 25-cent an hour raise, to becoming a millionaire. And then I went on to create multiple millionaires in this organization because of my belief structure. So when I talk to you about belief structures, this is the power that it has and what you can do with your life and how you want to live and what you believe. I believe all things are possible through Christ that strengthens me. I do. I believe that I can pray and I can visualize, and God will bring those things into my world because that's my belief structure. That's what I believe. So as you're building your business, work on yourself. This is more of I talked about the basics, but man, if you want to master the basics, start to master yourself, master your beliefs. What's holding you back? Watch what you say. There's power in that spoken word. And so understand what you're thinking about. And if you want to change your life, change your thoughts. That is your motivational talk today. I hope that you take value of this. I hope you apply it into your business. And please make sure that you are signed up for the NOVA conference. I'm a presidential director. Put my name down as your presidential director. And we are going to have a fantastic conference. And I can tell you, your belief level will skyrocket. It will jump to that next level. And your incomes will jump to the next level. So thank you, everybody. I am going to turn off my Facebook Live, stop the live stream. I'm going to stop the recording.